Hi, this is Al, and wanted to do a quick update on the greenhouse, and I've had some requests to show how it's built. So this is going to be a video on just that and explaining all the steps, especially to my good friend John LaValle up in Houston, who I think wants to do another greenhouse. So essentially the panels for the roof are polycarbonate. You can buy those at Home Depot. They come in 8 and 12 foot lengths. These are the 12 footers. And so we purchased 3 of the clear ones that you could see. Here in Texas, you don't want to have too much light coming in because it gets really hot. And so it's going to be very hard to control the temperature inside the greenhouse if you have too much light. And then the windows that I put in, we're in the middle of painting and sealing the outside. We put 4 of those. Those are 24 inches wide by 30 inches long. These ones here are 24 inches wide by 18 inches long. And there are 2 of those, as you can see. Now, the shed is built on 2 by 4 by 8s on the rear wall by 24 inches or 2 feet spacing between centers on the studs. So we have 2 foot between the centers on every stud all the way through, all the way around. It's approximately 14 feet, or almost exactly 14 feet long by 10.5 feet wide. The sloping roof was built as just being the simplest thing to get it done, and essentially I just used the 2 by 4 by 8 full studs on the rear wall, and on the front wall I cut them down to 7 feet, simply because it was so long, and you could see on the headers up there that I had to do some patching. So essentially what happens when you have 2 walls that join together. Let me show you on the rear wall. It's real easy to see. So you may have 2 walls that join together, so you build that frame and then this frame, and then you join it together in the middle. Well, you want to join it together at the top, so you put a header board that goes all the way from one side and it continues to the other one. Now, ideally you want to have 3 feet from one end, and then put a header board all 8 feet all across the other side. But you want to have at least a 3 foot overlap. On this wall, I didn't have much of a choice because it's only really 2 feet on this particular piece here. But on the front and back, really there are, it's a lot more. We went 4 feet on overlap on the headers. Something else I wanted to show you is how you actually build the walls to put them together. So when you bring the walls together, I don't know if you can see here, the headers on this wall here come only come right to the end here, and the header to the other wall here go all the way through. The way that this is built is so that on the top header, the second header that you see up there, actually goes and nails down into another one of these 2 by 4s. So let me show you. I think I have a better view on this one here, how that might be done. So the bottom header here on this wall stops right at that stud right there. But the header on this one continues going until it matches this other wall here. Now the one on the top actually ties them both together. That guy goes all the way through, and he ties to the second header on this wall here. So what happens is you put the second header on the top, essentially 3.5, 4 inches shy of the end, so you can bring the header on this wall all the way through and nail it to the end of this board here, and you do that for every corner, and then that gives the corners strength. So long story short, that's how you build the walls, so you can patch the walls together, give it strength by having a header all the way to the top, and then on the corners, on one corner you go 3.5 inches shy on the end, or 4 inches shy on the end, overlap the next header over it, nail it down, that ties the corner together, and then you continue doing the same thing, coming this way and then going that way until you finally reach the other side, and that gives it really good strength. For the baseboards, we essentially did the same thing, and I think you can see the baseboards there. So there's the wall that we joined there. And you can see the baseboard underneath, how that ties together. You can see also in the electrical how we did it. I put essentially 3 outlets here, and I went with doubles all the way through. One outlet at the end, that's gonna have the thermostat control for the fan. So the fan plug will actually plug into the thermostat. And then that guy there, or that wall there, has another 3 sets of outlets, which I still have to mount the last one there. I went ahead and purchased one that was, I grabbed one that was wrong because it was for an already built wall, and so you can't nail it to the stud like you can with these ones. And then one on the end there. Then we're gonna have 18 sockets going through on the ceiling, and those sockets are gonna have the 23 watt fluorescent bulbs. There's gonna be 6 down that row, 6 down the middle, and then 6 down the other row. And so I have to do the wiring to tie them all together. The reason I went with the CFL bulbs instead of the long 40 inch or 4 foot 48 inch fluorescent bulbs is this. Each one of these bulbs here, let me pull it out. Each one of these bulbs has 1600 lumens output, and it consumes 23 watts. So you can see 23 watts. Let's see, make sure that there we go. 23 watts, 1600 lumens. If you look at a 48 foot or a 48 inch or 4 foot fluorescent bulb, it consumes 40 watts and puts out 2200 lumens. So when you do the math, you put 2 of these CFLs together, it uses 46 watts, so 6 watts more than a 4 footer, and it produces 3200 lumens versus 2200 lumens for a 4 foot fluorescent bulb. For the 4 foot fluorescent bulb is a lot more inefficient at producing light than these guys are. So this saves me money. The bases, which used to be porcelain, now they're made out of plastic, are only like $1.50 each at Lowe's. So they're fairly inexpensive. So we're gonna put 18 of those, and then those are gonna get plugged in probably to a plug over here. I haven't decided which side I'm gonna put it yet because I gotta lay out how I'm gonna put the plants on the floor. But however that goes, I'm gonna have 2 things: a light switch and a timer. And so either way that I want to do it, I'll have lights whenever I need to. Plus I'm gonna have an exterior light on that wall over there. So more than likely what we're gonna end up doing is that we'll set it up so that, say at 7 p.m. the lights will come on, and then they'll go out somewhere around 3 to 4 a.m. and that way we'll have 16, 18, 20 hours of daylight for the plants, which would give them plenty of growth. So anyways, that's it. I wanted to do that quick video for you guys. God bless everybody. Take care.